to get a vehicle home, possibly. You could possibly, I'm starving too. You know something? I want me a piece of cheesecake. And y'all can walk from here, get the cheesecake, see the city, enjoy the sights. Get your swag on, walk that way. Your is that way, do it. If you want to think about it.
1695. It's so killer. Go somewhere and be a maintenance man, a janitor. Dog, don't blame me, blame your manager. Keep your hands up my pockets, boy. Franchise like I play for the Rockets.
Girl, they could do handstands, spin around and twirl. One black and one white, I done been around the swirl. Hey. With some leaf of grass to a grasshopper in the jet.
Beating on the lunch table. Fuck you think you primo? What is that, velvet? Gucci Valentino? Loco, even if you show up today, it's a no-show. Adam gave you the green light. It's a no-go. Let's get straight to it. I'm gonna drop you with no promo.
Powers Industry, home of new music and entertainment. In the building right behind us, your boy Ahmed, man, what he said, you know what it is, you know where I'm at. Got my man Shani Kulture.
Shani Kulture, what up, Culture Movement? You're done already.
And got a special guest in the building. Voice from the past, man. Voice from the past. Straight out of Philly, my man E-Ness. What up, baby? What's going on?
Rehabilitated.
Shout out to Wise, shout out to Culture for bringing me up on the platform. Shout out to Power Industry. You already know I'm here.
Word.
I got a new project out, got cheesecake, high profile battles.
Wait, what?
We doing it all before we go to school tomorrow.
Cheesecake?
Who they talking to? Yes. Cheesecake. Lemons in the lemonade. They try to come at me with that. So now I flipped it. Now I got my own business. Now when you bring it up, you either got to buy it or you got to get away from me. You do one of the two things.
I love that. I love that.
This isn't like a direct attack because you had to take that walk to Junior's cheesecake right back in the face.
It's definitely in direct response to that. Yeah. But to make a long story short and shed some light on the subject, we all on the Hall of Fame when you go to Junior's. When you go right in there, they document how far it was, when we did it, who deployed us on a mission, how far it took us to walk there, get the cheesecake, come back. So we actually turned it like a bad thing turned into a positive thing.
Right.
So they actually notify that and highlight that in their store.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, like so now that they've done their journey, right? And I mean, I think you, outside of any contractual obligations, about you not having to say nothing.
Right.
Let's be 100. Is that scripted, or he just came out of nowhere and said, "Yo, I gotta walk to that"? Because I want to get you in trouble.
No,
so
listen.
They still, I mean, I think we way past that. You know what I mean? I always wondered that.
Diddy is still a mentor. See, with the hip hop community at the time, they didn't get a chance to see artist development. They didn't get to see that part of that process before it's even put on shelves and you see the finished product. When the artists are, where they supposed to be, and I mean, standing where they supposed to be, and on different platforms. But you never get to see what it takes to get there. Right. So all the hazing that you see us doing, that's what goes on all the time. Yeah. You just seen it and they highlighted it, and some of the things we were asked to do because we were asked. We wasn't never forced to do anything. Right. We always had the choice to go to fuck home if we wanted to. Right. You know what I'm saying? Penn Station was right down the corner. It was only at West 44th. The bus depot was at 42nd, and to my knowledge, Penn Station that's at 38th or something like that. Right. But artist development. These are things that are not present in today's climate.
That's right.
Of hip hop music industry. There's no artist development. You got a hit, you doing shows within that next week for 15 grand.
Right.
Where's depending on how fast your song is charting, you're right back. You're on the road doing shows immediately. Right. No probing, no artist development, no training, no nothing.
It might not even be charting. Right. It just might be viral. And somebody wants you down.
To answer your question, I appreciate everything that was done before. So I was a little older. I was 25 at the time. I was had legal issues of my own, so I was ready to change my life. So I don't give a fuck if I had to walk the juniors and back to juniors. It was compared to what I was waiting for me in jail, the penal system, and all the shit that I was waiting for me in Philly. I was going to do whatever I needed to take to stay out of jail at that given time.
Right. That makes sense. And so that was a monumental moment.
So to clear that up, hip hop, like, oh, they got son. Nigga, I was like, I'm free. Ain't no son.
Right.
I'm walking for damn near somebody that's worth $500 million at the time. And I know niggas from the hood that'll shoot niggas and sell crack for a nigga that got $100 grand. But y'all gonna come at me for walking for $500 million there?
Right.
Fuck you niggas. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm way smarter than that.
Right. And for those who don't know, who aren't familiar, Diddy had a band on MTV or making it a band. That's part of the band. One of the things they had to do was walk from where was the initial?
West 44th to the Juniors in Brooklyn.
West 44th.
Not too far from here.
To Juniors in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Which did you think that was gonna be such
at
a
the time?
big
I didn't think it had nothing to do with what we were trying to accomplish.
like
Coming
such
out
a
with a
big
record
thing in hip hop like
nah,
that?
I mean hip hop got its picks. They pick and choose what they want to meme and highlight and go viral. You just sit back and make the content, and you just let the chips fall where they may. But I never knew the hip hop community would take it. Oh man, they walk. I would have never did that. Nigga, you work at UPS. Right. You fuck with boxes for your paycheck. So what the fuck is that compared to what I'm doing? How's that any different?
Right.
Your boss says come in and drop them fucking boxes and pick them up. That's what you gonna do. It's no different than what I'm doing.
Right.
Niggas talking about you walk for cheesecake. Niggas do it every day of the fucking year. Working a job, going hour commute to the job, hour commute back. You got to work a 10-hour shift, so that's your whole day, 12 hours. Yeah. You don't even like the fucking job, but you got to do what you got to do because you got responsibilities. You got kids, bills, certain shit. You got to take that job. Yeah. So that's just in direct comparison to what we did. We wanted to. We was chasing our dream. This was what in front of us. We moved that shit out the way, and we continued on with our fucking life with the album. Yeah. So I was the first pick out of 40,000 people. So that was a big test to me because being in Philly, being in trouble all them years, just being amateur and opening up for, certain acts that came to the city, I never knew that I had the goods to become professional. Mm-hmm. So being picked first out of 40,000 contestants and auditioners, that was a testament to me that I really had that skill set, that professional level skill set.
So you're clearly from Philly.
Clearly
from Philly.
I'm a Bulls fan too, but Philly first. You can
Yeah,
go back to the show. Even go back to the show. I was wearing Bulls apparel on the show. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah.
You gotta have a second team when you live in Philly. Right?
I like that one. I like that.
So
one.
yo, let me ask you, man. When did you realize? I mean, you said that you did the show and you did the audition, and that gave you that you had the skill set. But when did you realize that you had the ability to rap? Like, I'm pretty sure you grew up around bulls that everybody was spitting, doing this. But when did you realize? When did it come to light to you? And it had to be before that audition.
Rap doesn't. You don't choose rap. Rap choose you. Like I said, I grew up in the hip hop community. I was born in '77. So that whole timeline, the b-boy, the breaking, the electric boogaloos, the house parties, all the way up to the colors, to the boys in the hood, to the minister societies, all those are parts of hip hop. To the way they dress, the way they talk, the music they listen to, the type of tracks they listen to. I went through all those phases. So all the way from the hip hop b-boy all the way up to the Wu-Tang where you was dirty and your jeans was dirty and you had your Timbs and you had the army fatigue going. I went through all those levels. So rap chose me because I did all those levels. First it was hip hop. Then I tried to DJ. Then I tried to rap. Then I went through all the levels of rap. The Onyx when everybody had the bald heads. So I went through all those levels, so rap chose me. I never say I just wanted to rap. I love hip hop, and that was essentially where I landed. Was rap.
No, but that's not what I mean. I got you. I understand, and I agree with you. I think you're chosen for a particular thing, but it had to come to fruition to you at a certain point. You could have been on a block. You could have been in a battle. Something told you that after that particular instance, it said, "Yo, I could do this shit." That's what I want to know. When did that point come to you? Before the show, before the audition, you had to know going to that audition.
Well, at 14 years old, I was always a fan of hip hop. Like what I said, from starting out from little, I was always in hip hop. So the defining point was the Youngsters. They was a hip hop group from Philly, right? Mm-hmm. So I used to live in Barton Village Projects. So a family member of theirs was really instrumental in the writing process around that time. So he was my neighbor. So he was like the OG from the hood that was cool with the Youngsters. He was a family member. Mm-hmm. So when I seen him, the Youngsters really coming down and embracing him and him going out to all the different events and all the big time shit, I seemed like I could really do it professionally, because somebody that lived right over top of me is doing it professionally at a high level. So that was the defining point where I started actually crafting my own rhymes instead of just lip singing the rhymes of the artist that was on the radio and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it inspired you.
Yeah.
It let you know.
So I seen somebody
reachable,
close to me that's actually tapping into mainstream hip hop and music.
Right. That's dope.
That's what's up. So, what is your relationship now with Diddy? Do you talk to him?
I haven't talked to him in a couple years, but I seen him when they did the Bad Boy reunion tour. That they came through Philly. It's all love. He's a big brother, mentor. I learned a lot. Unfortunately, didn't go the way the storybook ending that we all would like to see. While I rode off in a big Phantom with the $30 million in the bank account and all that. But sometimes, you might have to go through those situations to get on the other side to find somebody that is a right fit for you. Yeah. Not saying Diddy wasn't a right fit, but at his level of success, it's just that he don't have the time to do the days with artists coming in the game such as me. Where Bad Boy first started, he could walk Craig Mack and Biggie through the door because it was fresh, it was starting. But now that he has so many different business endeavors, music is only like a small portion of his income. Mm-hmm. So it's not priority to him like it was back in the days of Big, Total, and Craig Mack.
Right.
So I really had to make some major noise for it to show up on his radar, for him to take out his time for his busy schedule to cater to what I got going on.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's all business.
So when you were on MTV, that skyrocketed you into a different level of popularity.
Right.
What was life after that? Was there a phase where it kind of got a little gray, where you were like, you felt like you was the man, and you was on top getting a lot of spotlights, and then you had to kind of reevaluate?
I come from humble beginnings, so I come from the project, but my mother and father, they also was career orientated. My father, he was in the Navy, and he came home and scored a job with the city, National Park Service. Anybody know anything about Philly, that's the guys that work right there at Independence Hall around the Liberty Bell and the Declaration, when they signed the Declaration of Independence. And my mother was a registered nurse way before it was fad for all these bitches that about to come out and be CNAs and all that. She was a registered nurse back in the 60s and 70s. So I come from a career-orientated family. So English was my favorite subject in school. My mother and father always made sure I did good in school, so I ended up being able to go to a college preparatory school in Philadelphia, which was Central High School. Alumni speaks of Bill Cosby. Cassidy went there, and also DJ Drama from the affiliates went there. So we all went there. So it was a college preparatory school. So my favorite class was English. When English, you read books, and you got to do book reports, and then you got to look up certain words and learn what they mean. That was my shit. And that I incorporated that into writing. So that opened up my writing and my vocabulary. And then I started being able to use more different rhyming words and more different syllables and fit more syllables in different places. So I always paid attention to that. When that didn't work out, I ended up having to do my last year in my neighborhood school, which was John Bartram, which was like a vocational school. Central was college prep, genius level. Vocational was like, you ain't smart, nigga, work with your hands. Do some shit with your hands so you can have a fucking career. So I had got knocked back down. So in the midst of that, coming from the projects, Black Key was a producer that was from the same complex that I was at. He ended up meeting my man Hip Dog that was from Yonkers. Yonkers was childhood friends with DMX, Mary J. Blige, and LOX. So even prior to the show, I was already coming up New York, fucking with Locks, rhyming for Jadakiss, sparring with J Hood, fucking with DMX. DMX had a Bloodline imprint. The guy we know as Hitmaker used to be called Iceberg. So he was one of the artists over there at Bloodline. So I would go up there moonlighting with them. At the same time, I was moonlighting with B Club, because Miss Jade, she was an artist from Philly. She was also signed to Timbaland's B Club imprint. So I would go on her promotional runs where she would promote her records, freestyle on the radio, network, befriend a couple of program directors, and that would lead me to the show. I freestyled with Miss Jade on one of her times she was promoting one of her records. Me and the program director exchanged information. He let me know anything that was, coming up as far as the radio station was concerned, and MTV just happened to do the competition with that radio station. So I got the heads up. They audition it, come in and take a crack at it, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hustle.
Amazing.
See, that's what I'm talking
That's
about. That's what's missing with about a lot of our young people that's trying to do music. They don't understand the hustle.
Right.
They don't understand.
So I had a little name in Philly, but I was also dealing with legal issues. So the whole time I was on the show, I was currently on the run. I went AWOL on my probation and all those requirements I had been facing that. Yeah. So I was actually on the run doing the whole show, doing the physical training and reading and all that shit. So I had to get a written consent back from Bad Boy back to the Philadelphia Commonwealth saying that I was a hopeful and potentially I would make the show. Mm-hmm. When they got that, they let me go back up there with Bad Boy. So I was in legal care of Bad Boy. So all the shit you seen us do, walk the cheesecake, do this, I wanted to rebel, but I couldn't so fucking much because I'm in a legal care. All Bad Boy gotta say, go fuck back home and go to fucking jail. You don't want to do what we say because you under our legal care. You're not even supposed to be up here. You know, when you're on probation, you can't leave out the county lines. Yeah. So I'm all the way up here on TV. So it was a time where I had to tap in back with the demons that I was facing back in Philly. So I was really on a run, hide on the show. Right. So when they start saying, yo, you might really make the show, and I'm like, well, I gotta tap back in with that because that can affect me continuation with the show. If they lock me up or they detain me.
Got you.
Right. So I was a bad boy way before I got the Bad Boy. I was like hiding out on the show, trying to figure out my next move.
You was hoping that the truck ain't pull up.
Facts. Facts.
We all been through that. You know what I mean? Well, not all of us, but we all been through that.
And what you're explaining is you've been a survivor.
Facts.
And you come from groups that know how to get it. You know what I'm saying? So after the rise or the extra spotlight, where maybe the spotlight dimmed, you knew how to still get it on, and you knew how to figure it out.
Well, it was a couple dark spaces. I took like a couple years off. Shit got dark. We was in financial ruin because a lot of times these new artists, when they real bubbling and they lit, like I said before, I was speaking about before, when you get a hit record, then you thrust right into the market where you're doing shows and doing appearances and walkthroughs. So a lot of the times, being that we was a new group, they would hit us with this for promo. So we'd be doing WGCI, the powerhouses in different cities and towns, and they'd be like, yo, this is promo because y'all promoing y'all record. And then every once in a while they would come back and then they're like, yo, y'all got this tonight for doing a good job. So then at the end of the year, the IRS like, fuck no, y'all was receive monies because it was a business. It was called Making the Band. It was called The Band Touring Agency. Right. So we had a travel agent. We had managers. So the managers would hit us with the finesse move. Yo, y'all doing this for promo. Y'all should be happy to be here. But then at the end of the year, the IRS said, fuck no. Y'all company receive monies within y'all names, and the motherfucking management went out the back door with the liquid cash. So the IRS was like, where the fucking money at? Right. So IRS, and for collection, in response to that, the IRS took my my royalty statements for 20 years. I just got out of royalty collection in 2019. So that's why you see the resurgence of Ness. That's why you see me put out new content, new material. Because anything I do now, it's out the rears. It's in my fucking pocket, not in the IRS's.
So they did that with all the band members?
Everybody. We all got finesse like that.
Wow, that's crazy, man. What is your relationship with the other band members? You still probably with them? You don't?
I love them as far as people. As far as business, we just can't do business. Year after year, somebody came out the woodworks to try to do a reunion tour. And we get right to the fucking door, and everybody just comes up with a cockamamie excuses why they can't do it. Whether it be family related, whatever related, it just never comes to fruition. And I'm tired of entertaining it year after year. That's why you see Ness. It's all Ness. I love my brothers, but everything is Ness. Everything is Ness right now.
Gotcha.
Now, when I get to a certain level and I can put that olive branch back out, I might, if I choose to share. But right now, they just got to take my love as being a brother. Right. We tried to do the music shit, it didn't work. I love y'all. I wish y'all the best. Babs even employed me, and you know what I mean? She was supposed to do this outlet, and so just to show you there's no tension there. I love all my brothers, but as far as music and on the grind and being relentless and not taking no for an answer, it's the Ness show right now.
Right. Okay. Talk that talk, fam. Word up.
No, I like the real shit. That's why we had this conversation.
No, I was older. Me and Sarah was a little bit older, and I don't want to delve too much into the past, but I know you got to talk about the past so we can bring you up to date with what I got going on now. Me and Sarah, we was the oldest of all the group members. Yeah. So we understood all the bullshit that was going on. We was just trying to get through the other side with some small shank redemption shit, come out the pipeline clean. They was discombobulated by what's going on. I was already a thug, already had been in jail, already was trying to change my life. Right. Let's get this shit going so we get this fucking money. Right. So they can start dispersing these fucking these contracts and this motherfucking advance money. Right. I was already aware of the red tape. Right. They wasn't. So I was trying to guide them through, and at the same time, Puff would shed light on my skill set, being that I was like I knew it had some experience by me being around Black Key and the DMXs and the beat clubs and me being familiar with New York, period. Because they was all from different areas. Only Babs and Dyline was from the city. Right. But Philly being so close, I already knew where to go. We can go over here for haircuts, go over here for pizza. We get the drip over here, we get the weed over here, we get this over here. So they was like, damn, that's so I was like they tour guide. And then there was tension because Philly is so close on the weekends where we didn't have to work. I can slip right back to Philly, party, bust my gun, get wiggly, and they had to stay in the hotel all fucking weekend. Right. And I slipped back in Monday morning like nothing never happened. Right. So it was tension there. Right. So after that, we got this mantle, and we was asked to stay for a probationary period. Me, Babs, and Chopper. Chopper was to highlight the Bad Boy South, and me and Babs were supposed to do a joint venture, Bonnie and Clyde. Just coming off the energy of we was the two East Coast rappers. So when she didn't take the deal, I decided to go along with the solo effort. Then I was signed to Warner Music Atlantic Group because they merged, and I was supposed to drop my solo effort on there. So I was up there from 02 to 09, 2 deals, 1 album with writing credits.
Wow. So how did that turn out for you?
Like I said, I was in financial ruin for a long time, so I was trying to climb up out under that. But in the midst of that, Diddy gave me opportunities, for ghostwriting credits, and I ended up scoring ghostwriting credit on his Press Play album in 05, which was kind of like 6 degrees of separation because Timbaland actually ended up producing the track that I ended up writing it on. But like I said, man, it's never over. I wrote that 16 in 2005, so I initially got paid for writing the credit for the album. Then Burger King out of nowhere picked that one song for a commercial because they was trying to promote a new burger or something. And then 2 years ago, Men in Black 4 put it in the movie, the international joint. So 116, 3 checks over a span of 20 years. I wrote 116. I got 3 checks out of 3 big corporations.
Nice.
Were they decent?
Yeah, it was cool. I'm still here. You see me drippy, right? I ain't complaining.
Hey, I hear you, V.
I ain't complaining.
Word.
I ain't complaining. Yeah, like they try to make us sell our publishing, but I believed in my writing. I always, like I said, I pride myself on my writing. Right. So I was never going to let that go. Right. So it was a whole deal. It was a $300,000 deal that was supposed to come down on all of us. But the catch to the deal was we was all supposed to sign it. Yeah. So when I didn't sign it, I became an op to the rest of the group. And then we got dismantled. But I believed in myself. Right. Y'all can take it. Y'all can take that $50K, which would have been trickled down to $14K after the management, and then it got broken down to all the different management that you had with you and all that. I believed in my writings, and to this day, I get paid for my discography. To this day, every 4 months they load me up. See me? See me? Why? They load me right up.
So
again, every 4 months, quarterly, they load me right up.
So again, you know how to get in. You know the hustle. Yeah. So and having confidence in your writing, is that what made you go into battling? Battle was because off the energy of the show, hip hop just didn't respect what we had going on. I was from the street. I was from the project. I understood he was trying to make a Wu-Tang mixed with Fugees. That's what he seen in the band. Mm-hmm. When it didn't pop, I wrote the two singles that spearheaded the group to go gold. My song was I wrote the hook and I wrote the my verse to Bad Boy This, Bad Boy That. The baseball record. We was all in the baseball field. So once you write the chorus, you have the majority over that record. A record is 100%. 50% automatically goes to the producer. Then other 50 goes to the writers. So if I'm writing my 16 in the chorus is what you hear most out of the whole record. So when they saying bad boy this and bad boy that bad boy beat you down with a baseball bat, that's considered a chorus. So if they say that more than one times, I'm getting the most bulk of the writing credits, the most of the percentage from the other 50. So if I do the beat and I write the whole record all the way through the verses and the chorus, and I get 100% of the record. And that's where you got niggas like Soulja Boy popping their whip, because they come up with the beat, they write the whole record out and put it out. So they get 200%
of the fucking record. Because you got mechanical royalties, you got domestic royalties. So if you write the record and you don't got Jay-Z on the chorus or you sample anybody, if you write the record all the way out, you get 100% in the writing. And if you do the beat, you get 100% of the beat. So it's no Jay Jerkin records anymore.
Right.
Learn how to fucking do the beat. Learn how to record yourself. Write the fucking song all the way through. The verses, the chorus, the bridge, whatever the fuck you gotta write and put it out there. And if it's lit, that's 200% of your money. You ain't gotta break bread with nobody. That's why there's no blackball effect. When I came up in the game, these gatekeepers, the Puffs, the Jay-Z's, the Swizz, they can say one discerning word about you and it might be over for you. Right. Now that we got the internet, there's no holds barred. Right. Niggas like who they like and they hate who they hate.
Right. So do you produce your own songs now because of that concept?
I'm a musician. I find enjoyment in getting up with other musicians.
Right.
Because, two brains are better than one. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I'm a genius, but if I tap in with another genius, then we gonna get more genius level shit.
Right.
So yeah, I could do it by myself and, receive all 200, but then why can't I incorporate my man that got hot 8 bars?
Of course.
Or my DJ around the corner that he could throw a couple scratches and get a couple points off the song.
Right.
So that's how I feed niggas through different ways. No, nigga, I ain't gonna give you a loaf. Come work for me. Come write these 8 bars. Or I got a high profile battle with a dangerous battle rapper. Come write one of these rounds or sit down, sit in a writing session with me. Let's just try to get some shit together.
And you said you got into the battles because people were sleeping on the actual
they didn't think I was authentic enough, that I really didn't come from the street, that it was some popcorn shit that he put together. They didn't know that I really came up from the trenches and really earned my spot. So I use battle rap as a strategy to go back and those little platforms and get in there and tangle and mix it up with the up and comers, with all the street level guys that all the guys is looking up to, all the guys, the Crip guys, the Blood guys, the guys that's attached to gang affiliated guys. I wanted to get in there and tell them niggas suck my dick to them face, and I wanted the whole world to see it so they know I was the fucking real thing.
So you talking about the battle rap shit. Mm-hmm. I like this dude, man. I never met you before. I just seen you on the TV when I was little, looking and all that. But
no doubt.
I'm a real nigga, so I tell him. I'm a Harlem, Brooklyn nigga. I'm raised between Marcy and Polo Green. So,
Poster Boy was my homie. That's how I tapped into J Mills and all them. Kuda Love and all them. I used to go to the
Well, let me tell you, B, I'm also a Sigma. So I've been out to Philly a couple of times. So I've been to Penn and all that. So I players and all that. So you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm it is what it is, but I'm not gonna front, man. I like this guy.
Shout out to the Greek culture. Yeah, I know about the Q dogs.
I know. Yeah, but I'm a Sigma. We them blue and white dudes. We the niggas that win all the step shows and take all the chicks.
I'm gonna tell my Q. I'm gonna tell my Q homie about that, man.
He alright. I like it. They cool. They know what time it is, though.
No, I know they know what time it is.
We the niggas Biggie was talking about. You know what I mean? When he said, as soon as he buy that wine, we just sneak up from behind. So we just have to sneak. We just have to
I know about all that. I know about how New York took
also
over.
As far as
Howard University, Puff,
and don't get it twisted. I know the Bad Boy family too. I was there for a minute. I know Harv. I know June
Balloon.
Yeah, June, my man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know where you're coming from. But I want to ask you. So there's a particular battle, and I know he my man. He cool. Cortez, yeah. Let's talk about that battle.
Big up Cortez.
Yeah,
I heard that was kind of hot. Nigga.
Shout out to Cortez.
What was the deal with that?
We battled on Crack Liberty Battle League. That's a Philadelphia-based battle league. Okay. Probably a couple years ago. I was way bigger than I was then, and he was kind of smaller. And he bigger and I'm smaller. That's fucked up. But yeah, shout out to Cortez. But yeah, that was a dog fight. Gilly came out. Wallow wasn't home yet. Reed battled on that card. Couple other social media influencers was there, but it was a dog fight. I beat him 2-1 though. Like you can't. I told him if he
feels he won. So that's the interesting part. That's what I want to hear.
So why would he make a statement? Why would he make a statement saying that you got the cheat code? Once you start in that flow and your arms start moving, it's hard to beat that. I wouldn't. Okay. That's not the words of somebody that beat. They got the victory. I wouldn't be making excuses for why you had a good round. I would be saying, I'm the illest alive. You lost, Ness. Live with it. Bite it. Eat it. Go home with it. I wouldn't be like, well, Ness, you got the cheat code because you rap this way and then you entertaining, you animated. Nah, you lost.
Right. So wait, so nobody determines who the winner is?
No, it go down to whoever, you know what I mean? Think how many comments you
Yeah,
get
I
on
asked
YouTube.
Smack that a couple of times. Like, yo, look, how does shit, you know what I mean? Because Smack my man.
Because
So he could
Smack-
say he wanted, you could say you want, there's nobody that's like,
No, that's
this
what it
is
is.
the winner?
I mean, Smack got the app where they got poll. You can vote now, but like 5 to 6 years ago, it go up to the mind of the watcher, the viewer.
Yeah. It's the applauses and who's in the building and all that.
Who's in the eyes.
Yeah, that type of wave. So yeah, that was a strategy. Then everybody used to pickle me with the cheesecake shit. So I said, how can I combat this? How can I? Then I went to my OG of all OGs, Patty fucking LaBelle. When she came out with her pumpkin pie, her pies. So I said, let me follow in the footsteps of my Philly brethren and come out with some patriotic shit. So now I got the Ness Philadelphia cheesecake, and I'm popping with those.
You got the cheesecake.
Yeah, we gonna get into that.
I need the.
I was gonna wait
this
till we
live
got
on
into
set.
that, but you know what? We definitely gonna get into that.
So, we getting into that now, or
No.
I got another question. No, it's fine. Listen. We free flow here, so it don't. You know what I mean? The direction
and I
it
see
go.
the Philadelphia stamp on it. I'm peeping.
Because you got a lot of relationships, so I wanna get your opinion on certain things,
Okay.
right? So one of the relationships naturally is Diddy, right? It's there. So recently, his son got on Instagram. I'm pretty sure you saw it, talked about. And I'm asking you this question. It's not so much about Diddy, but it's more about the nature of being an entertainer, having children, and being responsible like for child support, right? Because his son got on, you know, I had him up, you know what I mean? You've been on the gram, so you see what it is. So we had him up, and he was like, he was saying how, you know, his pops only gave him like $6,700, right? A month. And he felt that wasn't enough. You as an entertainer, I don't know, family background, you have children.
Yeah, I got family background.
So, you know, I don't know what your situation
I've been in trouble
is,
with,
you know what I mean?
family court and all. I've been locked up for arrears and child support. You can ask me that.
So what if it was your kid and he's like, yo, my pops
$6,700 is well in the state of fucking
and you're
New
Diddy
York.
though, but I mean
in the
like
state of
you
New
know what I mean?
York, $6,700 monthly is enough to take care of one child. I don't give a fuck what's going on in the world today.
Sure.
You can't tell me no different.
Okay. So you agree with the bread that was broken off to him by 50, you know, because you got a relationship with 50 too.
Yeah, shout out to 50, shout out to 50.
That's why I'm at. That's why I'm at, because he
listen,
knows 50, you know what I mean?
I fuck with Marquise. I actually fuck with Marquise.
Okay.
And some of the things he be saying, I be agreeing with. But that's that man's money. He put in the work for that. So if the state, it's not him saying, yo, Marquise, I'm giving you $6,700. The states go through your finances and dictate the amount that you're supposed to pay. So by what he makes, it was $6,700.
Right, that's how I go.
I don't know what's like. How you want to go over that? Unless you want to file for an increase in case you see him get a new deal or something, and he can file for increase. But $6,700 is enough to take care of one human child without no health disabilities. Yes, $6,700 is sufficient.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanna speak to somebody who's in hip hop. I wanna understand. You know what I mean? Because I don't rap. We get our money different. You know what I mean? We talk at that radio.
Right,
you know what I mean? So
$6,700 a month is not only child support, it's spousal support at that month. At that amount.
Yeah.
Because I know some chicks that's doing really well don't make $4,000. They don't make $1,000 after taxes. They don't clear $1,000 per week, and they doing well. They have jobs and good jobs and good credit, and they have nice little things and shit. So yeah, and they don't make $6,700. Yeah, and that's you got to understand. $6,700 just come out of the sky.
Right.
You are fit to do something. You're not physically able. You're physically able to go out and get a job and produce yourself, as well as your mother, as well as any other family member that's incorporated.
This a bonus.
Yeah, I just feel as though $6,700 is a month. Not, and I understand what he's saying. Yo, he beef with everybody, but I don't got nobody trying to get at 50's kids. That and nobody's trying to. Niggas know. Niggas in the street know. Niggas that's on go. Niggas that get busy. They not trying to go to 50 crib to fuck with his baby mom and Marquise.
Right.
But I understand. He do have problems with certain people. So you just can't live anywhere. But there's also places you could live that ain't worth $600, $700 a month where you be out the way too.
Right. That's facts. That's facts. So, just changing the gear a little bit. Current events. Kanye.
And you got a relationship with Kanye, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Shout out to
We
Kanye.
gonna ask you, like you fucking with the show that actually, you know what I mean?
No
like
doubt.
we do our homework, B.
Our industry.
Your people sent this shit, and I'm acknowledging, but
Me
understand.
and
that
Kanye, I knew Kanye
you know
over
what I mean?
20 years. I knew Kanye before
Okay.
I even auditioned for the show. Like I said, me running back and forth.
And I did Rockefeller Radio when he's up at Power. So, I know what time it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I befriended my man Plain Pat Ferris Bueller. At the time, they was two A&Rs working under Def Jam imprint. So they was influential and instrumental in trying to get Kanye really lit in the building. So at that time, you know, he was just starting out as, you know, he still was working with D-Dot. D-Dot, mad rapper, D-Dot, Angeletti from the Bad Boy Hitman producer squad. So Kanye, that's when you see on the Netflix special when Kanye moved to New York because it was too heavy in Chicago. Drug dealers were trying to extort him for making tracks and trying to get percentages off his tracks, and they were shooting at him in the club. So he decided just to move to New York, which was closer to his business. Yeah. So D-Dot would take Kanye's beats and pass them off as his, and that's how you know Kanye started getting his credit, and he ended up doing that. Once again, it's on, nigga. Yeah. For Jay and Bean. So that's how he worked his way up in a Rockefeller building. And that's how he ended up you know, scoring big placements on, you know what I mean, on that artist roster. But prior to that, I had already established a relationship with him. We was already cutting records, he was sending beats, we was already vibing. So when I got selected to do the show, I asked him to come to the Making a Band crib the second season when we was recording the album and submit some beats for the album. At that time, Mr. Bentley was our den mother, the guy that would make sure we would keep everything, you know what I mean, proper while Diddy was away. Yeah. So he told us we couldn't have company. So I had to come back outside and told Kanye West that he couldn't come in because we couldn't have no company. We had cleaning duty or some shit we had to take care of the house. So we couldn't have, we wasn't granted no access to company. Yeah. So Mr. Bentley ends up signing to Good Music 2 years after that. So I always had a relationship with Kanye. We always used to see each other. Yeah. We always were on a promo run. You gotta say it was 2003. So in 2003, that's when Kanye West came out with College Dropout. G-Unit came out with the G-Unit album with Bucks and Bank, and Buck and Yayo was Locked Up and Freeway, and then the Young Guns. So we were all on the same promotional run. So if we would go do a radio promo, if we was leaving out, they was coming in. Right. If we was coming in, they was leaving out. So we used to see Buck, Banks, 50, Ye, they my guys. They my graduating class. Freeway, Mac, 50, Kanye. Right. That's 2003, 2004 graduating class.
So based on the stories that we've heard through the industry, plus the documentary, big up to Cootie and TK, doing a great job. Kanye's always been controversial.
Always.
He's always been a little rebellious.
Always.
And always in the news trying to get attention. What is this? He recently came out with a t-shirt, White Lives Matter. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna just keep it basic. Kanye is a real genius at marketing and being a strategist. And I think that the White Lives Matter shirt was only signifying his family. Because I want to ask you a question now. Is his kids biracial? Is his kids biracial?
They are.
Is his kids biracial?
Yeah.
So why would White Lives Matter be a red flag to the black community if his kids are biracial? So that's saying half of my kids should die and the other half, the black, should stay alive. Nah, it's bullshit. So sometimes you just gotta read between the lines of what Kanye's doing.
So you don't believe he believes that?
Nah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean,
and even if he did, his kids are biracial. Right. So why not say White Lives Matter if 50% of your kids are Caucasian?
All right. Because and to your point, one of the children may have even come over to him and say, "Daddy, so white lives don't matter." And
what you gonna say to your daughter?
You know, sometimes your kids ask you the profound question.
By
Mommy's life
of a
doesn't
woman
matter?
outside of your race, and she's fair complected and fair skinned,
right?
And she's considered Caucasian from Caucasian descent. Right. What you gonna tell your child? No, all black lives matter, not mommy's life.
Well, the thing is, you know, we know the nuance of it all, because Black Lives Matter completely.
People are people. People need to get off this black white. It's good and it's bad. You're a fucked up person or you're not. There's no black. I know black people that's fucked up people, and I know white people that's fucked up people. I know white people that's really good people. I know black people that's really good people. So all this black, white, green, brown is a piece of shit and a good person. That's it.
Right. Well, so, that's facts. I mean, well, I'm always God first. I'm a soul before
facts.
I'm a complexion.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that. But for people who are really paying attention to the lives of black people that are getting killed and clearly systematic racism and all of that, we know that this black house is on fire, so they saying this black life matters.
But it's
so,
never going to
we know
happen.
Kanye
It's
is
never going to happen until black people get off the nigga shit and really organize and get together. I don't want to hear, oh, Kanye, you cooning. But what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You working for the white man. You ain't going to go get with another black businessman and starting a business and trying to create generational wealth.
Right.
He is.
Right.
So who's really fighting the war, him or you?
Right.
You just working a job, you bringing your dumb ass home after 8 hours, you sitting down, and you going to job, you going to work the next day. How are you making a change?
Right.
You're a battery.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I'm with you. When I
See,
took
that's
it, I
that
wasn't.
prep school. That's that prep school with that Negro.
When
That's
I
that
heard
prep school with that nigga.
When I heard
nah,
it,
but you right.
When
You
I
know
heard
what
it,
I
I
mean?
wasn't even offended when I saw it. Because I wasn't even offended when I saw it. One, because I know Kanye, he just out to provoke and try to create
he always
some ways.
did that.
And two,
Y'all falling into the Kanye trap that he always do.
And two, I'm like, he might be saying white lives on this planet clearly are the ones that matter.
Man, I'm gonna say
On a
like
flip
this.
poetic
I got
piece.
pulled over by a black cop and was jacked up. I was pulled over by a white cop and was let go. Weed, pistol, all. I was always in the wrong. So fuck you. I know white people that's good. I know black people that's good. I know white people that's bad and black people that's bad.
Facts.
So there's, you know, and people gotta be aware, man. You know, the worst devil is a black devil. So I
Jesus
understand.
got an army, so do the devil. And they both working
got
day
you.
by day.
So I got one more question. I gotta go back to the Diddy shit real quick.
Cool.
You know what I mean? You know, nigga, you know how we listen. I told you where I'm from.
Diddy
I'm
is
a Harlem, Brooklyn
Diddy is
nigga.
my mentor. He's
So
my
when
big
you talking-
brother.
I hear you.
But
And
the
you
way
gotta say
the way
respect.
his shit is set up, he hurts people unsubconsciously because we at the lower level.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
So
our
I want
problems
to
is not
ask
his
you about
problems.
this Mace shit. Because you know
Let's
Mace
go.
and him is going back and
I
forth.
see
right?
him
So
going
what's your
back at it.
relationship with Mace? Did you have a relationship with Mace?
I was when Mace had been gone by the time I got there.
No, I know he did, but
But
that
he
didn't mean that
returned.
you didn't.
He returned
And that's
for
what I
that
wanna
Welcome
ask
Back
about.
album. I really
Yeah.
didn't get too much time to spend.
So
with
you
Mace.
never had a chance to
No,
really
I never really
politic.
tapped into
Okay,
it,
so
Mace.
what Mace is saying, you know, about, you know, Diddy owing him bread.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy's like, how the fuck I owe the nigga bread off one album? You have a lot more experience off of the trials and tribulations that you've been through with the whole bad boy scene, just with the industry, period. So what do you think? What Diddy says makes sense, or Mace says makes sense? He's saying, I did one album with this kid. How the fuck I owe him all this money? He's saying you owe me all this money because of this, but he's saying like, yo, so what is your thoughts on that?
This is what I want to say, factual, because I was there. I was in the Hamptons with Puff. He got the call from Mace. Yeah, Mace trying to get off Bad Boy. I told him, just pay what he owe. And this in 2006. He said the same thing he just said on Breakfast Club. Mace owes me $3 million. Yeah, he did one album, but if you know anything contractually, when you fulfill the contractual agreements, everything goes up. It's like a football. If I get an extra sack, I get a bonus. So if they spent $350 and it went 3 times platinum, then my next effort, I get a bonus. So off the success of his first album is why he got that $3 million. It's because we only put $350,000 into the project and we profited $10 million. So of course we can give Mace $3 million because he did over exceeded what the expectancy what he was supposed to do.
Right.
Mace takes the $3 million.
So Mace got paid the $3
Listen to
million.
me. He tucks the $3 million. And then a year later, I'm giving my life to the Lord. So Puff contractually can't go after that money because religion is a non-profit organization. So Puff feel like he ran with the bread. Like, you take my 3 M's, we supposed to get back in pocket, get back on the saddle with this sophomore album, whatever, this third album. And Puff was kind of wrong. They did 3 albums because they did Harlem World, then they did Double Up, and then they did Welcome Back. So it wasn't just one album, it was 3. He said, pay me what you owe me, you can get you out of your contractual bonds with me. That's fair enough. Pay me the 3 M's that you ran off into the sunset with, and we even Steven. It shouldn't be no.
Right.
Mace, all this running around, I respect Mace. But all this running around, go get the 3 M's. That would be the end of the tell-all. Go get an investor, go get the three M&Ms, pay Puff, you won't have to hear from him again.
Right.
But and Mace, I'm not nobody's lord, but in Mace's defense, it's not always Puff's fault. It's the people that Puff leave in position to handle these things. Pay what you owe. If you ran with the 3Ms, pay the 3Ms. And you won't have to hear nobody's mouth and you won't have no restrictions on your name. Yeah. And Diddy said this years ago. He said the same number he said yesterday. Just how we up close are, it was a nobody around. It was just me, him, and another Bad Boy staff member. Puff, well, what do he owe? Because I'm rooting for it. At that time, like, I'm wishing Mace get over there with 50 and them. It looked good. He like, I ain't holding nobody back. I just told Mace to give me what he owed me. Puff, what do we owe? 3 M's. Mm-hmm. And he just said the same number 24 hours ago. So who's capping?
Right. So let's talk about the new project. Mm-hmm. What's the new movement?
E-Ness and Friends, man. I just want to show everybody that I can bring the Avengers back whenever I get ready. I got Benny the Butcher on there. Shout out to Griselda, BSF, GXR. Shout out to Method Man, which is a big supporter of the battle rap community. He jumped on the record, gave me the video. In the midst of him being on 2 top highly viewed shows, The Godfather of Harlem, with Forrest Whitaker and The Power Jump.
So my guy produced that show.
Yes.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah, so we haven't got to talk. It's my guy that wrote that shit.
Oh, word?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So yeah.
That wrote that shit and got it too. We had him up here too. You know what I mean?
So I had Vado, Corey Guns on it, my New York brethren. I had my battle rap brethren on there, Tay Rock by way of Baltimore, Maryland.
Well, you had my man Cortez up there.
Court,
nigga, you not like the star shit.
Court,
nigga,
my guy.
You know
Court,
I know. He said the same thing.
Yeah,
he
Court,
said he
my
love
guy.
you, nigga.
Yeah,
So.
Court, my guy.
He
so
say he love you.
We both on the same path. Like we just trying to. We've been around for some years, and you know, people be excited to see the new faces come through the door. We're just solidifying our dominance and our place and our positions in this shit.
That's what it is.
That's what we doing. So I mean, we already bumped heads and faced off. So you know what I mean. Anything to revisit that would have to be a hefty bag, because we already danced before.
Yo, these battle rap niggas is getting paid, nigga. We gotta do something, nigga. Radio wars or some shit, nigga. Because niggas is eating.
Yeah, that's facts. Talking about eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's talk about this Philadelphia cream cheese.
Yeah. Well, no. Before we do that, I definitely gotta ask you about See, we always wind up bumping ships.
No
Pause.
doubt.
But you know, you had the project with DJ Cosmic Kev,
right,
and my man Self.
Yeah. So it's called.
So how did that come to play as far as you know, talk to us about
that.
that.
I'm gonna give you a short version.
There you go.
Shout out to Get Your Weight Up Twine.
Well, no, don't leave nothing out that's important.
I'm giving you the short version.
Everything we do on this show is a teachable moment.
No,
that's
I'm just
the one
saying,
thing that
because I could be here for
Shani...
another hour telling the story. So I'm gonna give you the sped up version. Get Your Weight Up Twine was, you know what I mean, he was a well established party promoter, established DVD proprietor in Philly, and you know he had his own outlet, his own platform. He came up through the OVH, AR-RAP, that whole regime.
Yeah.
We was always good friends. He asked me to take one more crack at it. I agreed. We started off ground level, freestylers. He would send me instrumentals. I would freestyle, get on my gram, freestyle. At first, I was kind of cringeworthy because I had been out of that actual thought process. I was already in the battle realm, so it's more spoken word. So when you rap to a beat, it's more rhythmic, it's more melodic, it's more, you know what I mean, more skill set, more craft than going to writing rhymes over people's tracks. So, you know, started off 1 freestyle a week, it turned into 2 freestyles a week, then it turned into 3, then it triple, double, then it grew a mind of its own to where it actually built my page up to get verified. So the freestyles gained a mind of its own. So we start hashtagging it, let me borrow this beat. So instead of jacking the beat, I would ask the artist, let me borrow this joint and get busy over it. It spearheaded into a whole movement where people was looking for the freestyles week after week on Instagram. So I just decided to take that energy and make it into a full-fledged mixtape. So I dropped the first installment with shout out to DJ Alamo from the Coalition DJs. We did the first one. So DJ Cosmic Kev and DJ Self. DJ Self is my New York rabbi. DJ Cosmic Kev is my Philly rabbi. So why not have the best of both worlds on the second installment of Let Me Borrow This Beat?
Okay. So that's exactly how that went down.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So we about to drop volume 2. It's about to be litty. And you know, I mean, along with this E-Ness and Friends, that's what I'm gonna be promoting. I mean, for the remainder of the fourth quarter, going into the first quarter next year.
So I heard a rumor that you got hacked.
Yeah, I got hacked like a motherfucker. Me.
How does that shit? So I don't know. Walk me through that, right?
Me being an older artist, not.
No, but there's a couple of people that say they get hacked, right? How the fuck do you hack? How is that possible?
Me being up on Instagram. Me being up on Instagram when I shit early in the morning, fishing, looking at shit, reading shit, going in and out of motherfucking shit. I hit something that I wasn't supposed to hit.
They send you the link. I don't think that. It's like them niggas send that shit to my phone. I go delete, nigga. Yeah. I don't know you.
So they had my verified page within seconds of me hitting that link, and then erased my email off of it and everything. Mm-hmm. So I didn't cry over spilled milk. I didn't get discouraged. I started a new page. And now my new page at June, the top of June was at 20,600 followers. My new page, my backup page is currently at 119,000 followers. So within those 3 months, I gained 100,000 followers. Just all putting content.
So you're saying it benefited you?
Yes, it does. So it's more litter than the verified page was. So when I got hacked, it was at 74.6. My backup page is at B19 within a year. That old page took me almost 5, 6, 7 years to build it up to where it got to.
Let me ask you a question, man, right? Mm-hmm. So, you being from Philly, fucking with Beans, why didn't you rock with them? They was on Rockefeller. They had their own situation that they created. And I'm asking you because, like I said, I did Rockefeller Radio. Me and stuff.
No, that's a good question.
It kind of threw me.
It would have been the easy, feasible thing to do. The more transition wise, because I'm already from Philly and they already got a stable over there of hungry MCs that was talented.
And then when you look at Rockefeller at the time, you look at Bad Boy.
How would have benefited me being something that they already had? When Bad Boy never had a Philly artist, a Philly MC. So me going over to a label that already had 7 Philly MCs, me supposed to going into a label that never had a Philly MC ever on its roster, I just weighed my options out like that.
It's a gamble. It's a 50-50 gamble, right? Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, you go and you say, well, here's my skill set. So Beans is who Beans is, right? Mm-hmm. He's already the established. He's bringing in Freeway. He's bringing in all these other cats. But then you come in, and it just says, yo, I think, I don't know, in my mind, as an MC, I'm saying, you're better than these dudes, right? And you're going to go and be like, yo, I'm a shine. So it's either this or that. So it is a 50-50 shot. I just wondered why you never went. I just wondered why you never went with that.
I think Puff was the better fit for me at that time.
Okay.
Because he was kind of in a rebuilding process. He used making the band and our platform and the outlet that I was discovered on to reinvent himself and kind of revitalize his image. He was coming off the Case, the J-Lo, all that was giving him kind of the bad publicity.
So you felt fucking with you might have been a street cred.
Yeah, so it was
I get you.
To me, it was like him restarting Bad Boy over again. Mm-hmm. So in my eyes, I was his big. So him restarting his brain over again, I was the have-not MC Philly. Philly MC. Same thing he got with, I didn't look traditionally, had the traditional good looks. Mm-hmm. I didn't have the big drug dealers behind me that's, supporting me. I was the have-not from a fucking hole in the wall that he took a gamble
on. Okay, so I can kind of see that, why that might have been a thing. Because the reality is that when you look at Bad Boy, probably for me, Bad Boy is the most successful, right? Because they were able to walk in the R&B world and the hip-hop world, and everybody that fucked with him did gold or better. I don't know no artist that did.
I see you make that smirk to everybody say, yo, I try to pride myself at the Biggie. New Yorkers be like, no, the fuck you didn't, nigga. Don't say that.
Listen.
Don't say that.
Let me tell you something.
No, but what I want to say is
hold on. Let me just say this to you, brother. Let me say this to you. Anybody that doesn't say to themselves they the best, there's something wrong.
Right.
So it's not about whether I believe you're better than Biggie or not, or better. anybody that spits should feel like I'm the best. I'm better than anybody else.
Right.
Any profession you do, you should feel you better. Whether I feel that shit or not, I'm always gonna regard Biggie here.
Right.
I'm always gonna regard Pac here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Jadakiss is one of the illest lyricists I've ever heard in the game, and he never touches that. Right? He could try, but he's never gonna do that. Right? But and that's out of respect because they're here and we know where they are and they didn't have the opportunity to continue their careers. So anybody that steps in and says, yo, I'm this, I'm that, you really can't because at the end of the day, their careers will cut short.
Facts.
Right? So, you know, we know what a respect level is. Everybody got to have that respect level. And if you don't, there's a problem. But you should believe you better than anybody that walks in the room. I said to you when you came in on the whole, you know, all the motherfuckers from Philly, right? Everybody's still alive that I named.
Yeah.
I said to you, I said, yo, so why you didn't do this? You said, I didn't do this because of this, but it didn't matter. If you felt you the best in fucking Philly or you the best MC, especially the best MC, you should have came after it. That's my feeling.
Well, that was the natural ascension. We was in direct contact with Sadiq, Roller, Black Friday Entertainment, Rockefeller. We was always going up Baseline. We was in that community. It just didn't pop off. Just like same way it didn't pop off with X, same way it didn't pop off with Timberland. Puff had a right now package for me, and I took the right now package.
Right.
I got you.
Which was smart.
Because you gotta understand at 25, that window of opportunity is closing. You're starting to look less cuter. Your facial hair is starting to grow. As an industry person, they want you to remain young and look young as possible for as long as possible.
Completely understand. I was at Babalu's all the time.
So
you understand what I'm
facial
saying?
hair
When
is
we started
is,
Power's right up the street, nigga.
all
so
those
I
things
know.
we start making you older, weight and all that is a complete no for the powers that be.
Get it. I just wanted to ask. You know, I just was curious. I'm like, yo, he's in Philly. That's his thing. You know what I mean? Because
No, that was a natural ascension, but it just never worked out that way. And then you had Puff on the other hand too, nigga. Don't think y'all gonna run over to Rockefeller because Jay my man. If it don't work here, it ain't gonna work over there. That was the spill. Don't think you're gonna winnow out this building and run over to Jay because I'll make a phone call over there too. And
now you realize at this age that wouldn't have made a difference. Because if Jay wants something, he gonna want it, right? Because now we see where we sit. There's Rock Nation, there's Bad Boy.
Right. So, I mean, that was the spill at the time. But, you know, coming in the game, us being young and not knowing all the demographics of it, we going to listen to that type of content. Yeah. Okay, all right, say shit. Fuck. You know what I mean?
So I had fun today. You had fun today?
So always, you know what I mean? He a genuine dude.
Yeah, Shani, I love Shani, man. He's a great guy. Very pure dude, man. You definitely need to tap in with this guy. Yeah. But what we gonna do right now is as far as the new projects, you've explained everything. Is there anything you left out that we should know about these new projects coming up? Any surprises coming up in the game? Because we talked offline, man. There's some things I think that could happen and Shani could probably, you know what I mean?
Like I said, man, don't be surprised, you know what I mean? If you see Ye tap in on some stuff, you might see 50 tapping some stuff. You might even see Diddy bust a U-turn in these next 30 to 60 days. So just keep your eyes open. Make sure you stay tuned into my social media platforms. Make sure you follow the Cheesecake page. We got them on pre-order. And
oh, no, we got to, hold up. I'm not forgetting that shit.
Okay.
He brought cheesecake.
That's what I was
saying. That's my shit. And I'm a New York nigga, so I'm going to tell you right now, if that shit is not right, you can feel how you feel when you walk up out of there,
That's
nigga.
what I want. I want your honesty.
I want you to be very clear. I'm a Harlem and Brooklyn nigga. Polo Grounds and Marcy.
I'm Harlem. I'm T-Rex.
I understand. So if you know where I'm from, I'm a Harlem and Brooklyn nigga. You know what I mean?
Harlem.
You know what I mean? I want you to understand that if I taste this, I'm going to tell you what it is. You can feel how you going to feel.
120th and Lennox.
Right. He confident.
Yeah, you know so, you know what I mean?
But
Harlem nigga with a Brooklyn bounce.
Is
Harlem nigga with a Brooklyn bounce.
Or is Philly just based on representation?
Yeah, it's Philly representation. It's the Patriot.
You got any cheesecakes in there, nigga?
Let's
look at this shit is packages.
Let's see.
We getting it on camera, right? Everything's coming in on camera, right?
So if you look,
everybody get a cheesecake in this.
Like,
everybody's getting a cheesecake.
This like when the brothers roll up on you at the red light and they be like, "Bean pie, my brother."
Bean pie, my brother.
You getting a cheesecake? Thank you. My man getting a cheesecake because we gonna take a fucking poll right now. You got the shit in plastic and all that shit. You're not even doing no Habibi shit. You know? So,
Well, look, let's make sure get a nice angle for the camera.
Yeah, let's
You know
get
what
it.
I'm saying?
And you own this, right?
Yes.
So is there any partnership or solely you? Are you making the shit?
I have partners, but they're really solid partners.
You're really
Yeah, no, real rap. And
I hear you.
I'm at the marketing level. I'm
hoping this shit the way we do that shit
No,
in
go
the
ahead.
hood. Hold on.
I'm raising awareness. I'm doing pop-up shops. I let other vendors come and sell their products alongside mine. So I give opportunities to the up-and-coming merchants also.
Yeah.
So they can sit and sell their products and merchandise right alongside mine.
I feel like I'm opening a Twinkie right
Yeah,
now.
man, we gotta make sure it's good.
Packaging looks good. This is like,
so
you
we
know,
open
what I'm
this
saying?
Anybody selling food though,
And how much do they go for?
the 5 ones for the small units, we 25 for the large.
So this is $25?
5.
Oh, it's $5.
$5.
Oh, you made sure you could afford
Well, we got
this
large pies for 25.
shit. Oh, okay.
You was talking that talk. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm about to, oh, nigga, you want me to get poisoned first?
Because you
nigga,
said,
right?
no, you said, you know, look, I'm going to let you know.
I ain't even got no fork, nigga, so I'm going to do what I got to do.
How's the
nigga.
crust?
Hold on.
How's the crust?
Oh, this shit good.
Say less.
This shit good as fuck, nigga.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
What kind of crust is it?
Oh man, it's a family recipe, man.
Okay.
Can't let you know yet.
Okay.
Once
I was
we
just
come out-
wondering, I guess, if
Once
it
we
was
come out with the
graham cracker
barcode
crust.
and
Good for real, nigga.
we legalize
Oh,
everything.
you wasn't telling the truth the first time? You said good
First time I was like, it's good. Then you take that shit again and
He
that
said
shit
it's
smack
good
you.
for real.
Like, it's good for real.
Yeah, you gotta smack your mama shit, nigga.
Right.
I ain't smacking my mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so look, you got the cream
this shit good,
cheese,
though.
you got the
Yeah,
music.
so next year we probably be indulging in different flavors, experimenting with strawberry, the raspberry flavor, the blueberry. But right now we at the beginning stages, so it's all about spreading awareness of the product actually being.
Nigga, you gotta try
I love
this,
it.
man.
Nah, I am. I just, you know what I'm saying? I was
You
looking
lactose intolerant?
It's time.
Nigga, what's up?
I mean, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't do too much dairy.
I love cheesecake.
You dig what I'm
And
saying?
It's so ironic. I love cheesecake after we had to walk for it. I hated it for a whole period of time
Yo,
after
this
that.
shit
But then
good
when I
as
finally
fuck,
start
nigga.
eating it, I'm like, yo, cheesecake gooder than the motherfucker.
Yeah. Nah, cheesecake is good. I don't do too much dairy, but I'm a...
Thank you, brother. But you know, thank you, brother. But you know, we dealing in a digital world. So I can't eat too many because it put weight on you. You know, the camera
That's
put
right.
goddamn 20 pounds on you.
Nigga. Let me get another one.
Go ahead, rock out. It's my guy. I want you to enjoy it.
Nah, I got you. We gonna do
Want
it.
you to
I'm
enjoy it.
I'm taking this
Get
shit.
a collector's item and all that. We loaded.
that's
That's
facts, right?
cheesecake.
Collector's
Yeah.
item.
This shit is good.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Mm-hmm.
here, cause it's my fucking idea.
What
Hold
was
on,
the
it was
idea?
my idea. I said, given the fact that we got Junior's cheesecake here, we need to do a challenge.
We might do a challenge. We got to do a challenge. I'm going to come back up
So-
on the show and do a challenge.
Yeah, we have to do that. And maybe what we do, and we're gonna talk off camera about that, cause I have some. I'm old, you know, I'm the idea nigga. So you know what I mean.
Okay.
End of the day, if you really about that business, nigga, let's talk and let's see, cause I like to see people shine.
For sure.
And if you do your thing and make it happen, just give me about Ace of Spades. We good. Cause I'm gonna support my nigga Jay. You know what I mean? Cause Ty and all of my people.
Shout
so.
out to Ty, shout out to Jay, shout out to Rock Nation. the
But
whole family.
no, seriously, I mean, it's great. You know, like I said, I don't know who made it, but you obviously got in bed with somebody who knows how to do that
They
shit,
know what they doing.
and it just makes sense. And
Right.
you know, at the end of the day, let's encourage. You come from that bad boy thing where, you know what, fuck it, I did it.
It's
You
a
know,
ride.
It's a ride. You know, Diddy, I did that. I'm only doing it hard, but I'm only doing that some one time.
Right.
If I ain't
Send
get
a
no check, nigga,
Send
I'm
a
not.
check.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do that because we got my man here.
Sorry.
Shani's always just with whatever, you know, as long as it don't violate the culture.
That's fact. You already know.
But at the end of the day, man, like, this is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Other
I like it.
motherfuckers is
It's
doing
good.
liquor. You
Thank
doing
you, sir.
cheesecake.
Appreciate it.
I ain't never heard about nobody doing cheesecake.
Yeah.
I'm loving that right
You're not,
now.
that's a first. And it's dope that you flipped it. Like you said in the beginning, turning lemons to lemonade. You take the whole concept of what everybody trying to hover over your head.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when y'all boom, boom, boom. You know what? Got one for you right here. Cop that. $25
And
on
it got my
$5.
name on it, so you got to at least walk away with the product, my name.
And your shit is affordable. I like that.
Right.
I thought you said $25. I was like, nigga, We cannot afford 25.
Said for the
We
large
said, no,
one.
it's 5 for this, and if you want the big cake, you know what I mean? If I known that shit, I told you should have did the challenge here, man.
It's cool.
I'm mad at you right now, bro.
It's cool.
But we gonna work that out. I like to support people and do what they gotta
Appreciate
do.
it, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, work it.
And
Blessings
the record
to
is
you, bro.
dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
You gonna
you know,
spit some bars,
but,
right?
yeah, we need to actually. I need to hear that in the studio. Is there any way we can hear that in the studio today?
I mean, we got a bowl.
Sure. Go down.
Yeah, we got a bowl.
We can do that.
We got a bowl.
All right, so we gonna do that shit.
And then you can tell he always ready. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
we gonna see what it is. We going into the booth.
Right.
Let everybody know how they can follow you.
Definitely. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at E-Ness _215. That's at ENESS _215. Make sure y'all follow the
Word up.
Cheesecake page at Ness Cheesecake at NESSCHEESECAKE. Just a little taste of patrioticness. And yeah, E-Ness Mathis on Facebook. At 215 E-Ness on Twitter.
Yo, you could tell this motherfucker went to English class. He be like, yo, the patriotic shit. I'm like, what you talking about, my nigga? I don't know that shit, nigga. You talking about the movie, my nigga?
Right. Yo,
Nah, but thank you, man. Powers in the
Blessings
home
to
with
you,
new
Ken.
music and
Nah, man.
entertainment.
We gonna do
in
some
the
work.
building with E-Ness,
Word
man.
up.
Let's get it.
Bless up. E-Ness,
Let's
y'all.
do it. I could bite that shit.
Aye, Mr. Shake That, DJ Crazy, E-Ness, DJ Crazy. You know how blicky it get? 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 You know how blicky it get?
More hustles than hustle, man. Pop back like a rubber band. I don't know what all the trouble is, but they got me back in my duffel bag. Champagne in my bubble bath. You niggas suffering, suck the tash. Puff gave me my first half, but I'm just waiting on the second half. Shorty blicking off a double stack. Pussy growling like a thundercat. Why the fuck she with that mini skirt? I'm just trying to see what's under that. Big drip got him coming back. Hit stick got him coming back. Hit a lick for 100 racks. Fist fights, no, none of that. Whoa. You know how blicky it get. You know how blicky it get. Crazy and gave me a hit. Now the whole city is lit. That's the Diddy again. Send me a video pic. Show me your titties and shit. You know how litty it get. You know how litty it get. Bah, bah. You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit. Hey, shake your shit. You know how blicky it get?
Drink a dirty Sprite out of clean glass. Baby girl got a mean ass, and she down for the tag team. But all she did was get teabagged. Let me play with your PlayStation. Let go of that Dreamcast. She suck dick with no knee pass. Always talk about she need half. You know how tricky it get. You know how tricky it get. Bing bong. This one flick of the wrist. Shorty shaking the hips. It's a remix of a remix. Chop and screw like 3-6. My glow different. My dough different. Glow rilla with a T-fix. You know how blicky it get. You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit.
You know how blicky it get.
You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit. You know how blicky it get? Shake your shit. Hey, shake your shit.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Fire.
Crazy.
E-Ness featuring DJ Crazy. Blicky.
Philly in the building.
Philly
Philly in the
You
building.
already know. I'm not going down.
I thought niggas said you lost a step, but I think they was incorrect.
Hey,
man.
listen,
you
man.
know what I mean?
Not only didn't I lose a step, I lost like 40 pounds. I got a time machine. They can't mess with me, man. I'm rejuvenated. I'm reinvented. Rejuvenated. Reinvented. Rehabilitated. I'm a new man.